Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of SlowVolonia 2.0. All I have to say is that we've so far built a beautiful city, and it's quite functional. At only 33,000 people, we have 24 million in the bank, making about 4 million a month, which I don't think is right, because we should be making a bit less. We go into options and we go to this 529 tile. We don't have a tile upkeep, so we're gonna bump it up to 5% and resume game. Because obviously we started with all the tiles on the map. And there we go, we're back to 2.8 mil. So, why I brought up this episode? Since I want to be changing something in this city, and we're talking about the aspect of it. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad city by any means. It's quite beautiful, it's got lots of greenery, quite a nice office area, and some things that did not load in, which we're just gonna demolish. Because they shouldn't be in here if they're not able to load. And maybe we won't even get to use them. So therefore, I want to beautify this city and make it more interesting. Now, one thing that I have too much of, especially here, it's too much gray from all the parking lots. I think that while not being the worst, because I added some greenery scenes to it, they are quite bad, so I think they need to be edited in some way, or at least hide them away. So therefore, we need to find a specific manner of hiding these away, and I think that we're just gonna delete them, and one of our fixes is gonna be going for the underground parking. Now, I would like the idea of the automated parking building, but it's 8 points, and I would rather divert those 8 points somewhere else. So, let's get rid of all this ugly parking. So how do we do it? We just firstly get rid of the surface, then we get rid of this parking. And now these buildings kind of feel sad because they don't have the thingy under them. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our beautiful underground parking lot, and I think I'm gonna demolish some more. So let's do this. And I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have some time lapses here and there. I'm now just building up an example of what is gonna happen. Paths theoretically are just something that people can walk on, so they don't really fall under any category like on the bulldozer. Actually, I think that if I chose surface, I cannot demolish them. No. Interesting enough. Yeah, let's remove all these surfaces. Now this is a very dense area. So what is my thinking? After demolishing all the parking, at least from this side, is I'm gonna need at least 2 underground parkings, if not 1. Let's look at the amount of apartments we have. So one of these averages 108 households, this one 192, which doubles it. And these ones are the basic 108. So we need just for a few of these couple of hundreds of parking lots. Let's see what we got. We've got, in terms of parking, we also have these big one, but this big one doesn't necessarily fit where I need it to. I can also change this road to a normal road and fit one in here. We also have the vanilla means, which is this one, which this one is much nicer. It only accommodates, at the top of my head from what I remember, up to 200 parking lots. So let's make some changes. So let's revert this road back. And I think I broke it. Let's line it up as much as possible. I think that's lined up enough. So let's put this bad boy in and give them the extra upgrade. And now I'm thinking that that path shouldn't actually have been removed. I'm thinking that this path is actually beneficial for people to have access to the parking lots. So let's drag our beautiful path back in, creating all the crossover spaces required. Now this one should be filling in quite soon. And one thing I want to do for this entire city, in order to completely change this aesthetic of it, is going to be to cancel parking on every single street of the city, including even here, where you can see lots of cars. My English is not on point today. Hurdled up in one spot. Now I don't want any cars to be hurdled up in random spots around the city. I want all of them to be absolutely gone, just to change aesthetic. Now I'm wondering, because I removed all those cars from there, I'm wondering how long it's gonna take for this one to fill up. I think it's gonna be soon enough, especially after I start getting rid of these as well. Because there's gonna be many citizens just moving their cars about. And look, destroyed that and we created nice spaces again. I truly think that these many car lots in this small spot here actually made it look like a living jungle. So let's get rid of all of them. We're gonna switch for the more nicer looking underground parking. And as we can see, they are filling up. We have 440 vehicles currently. And also, this asset is such a nice asset. It's such a nice asset. Because it's got... There we go. Let's make it like that. It's got a nice little forest. It's got some benches. That's very loud down there. I don't want to be part of that loudness. Thank you. No, it looks like it's quite a lot of cars up there. And it's gonna be filling up soon because you've seen how many we got up here. And now since I deleted this space here, I would like to keep the paths in, which means I can't really do much. So therefore, let's get rid of these trees over there. Where is my you? And then I'll need you and then you. Okay. I'm a bit rusty. I'm a bit rusty. I did, however, play quite a lot off camera on other maps. And I've sort of extended my knowledge in what I want to do and what I think it looks quite nice, quite awesome. For example, this area here should be a nice parking area. Parking. By parking, I mean park area. And we can also start building and extending on the buildings we already have in the zone. And create much more possibilities. For example, this one ends here. Why? I don't know. I don't know why let this one finish itself here and not grant the full access of walkability into this road. It's just misplays and things that I've done that don't make me too happy with this map. So this next segment, since I spoke for like the last 9 minutes, is gonna be a time lapse. So therefore, I'm gonna now shut up and beautify this zone. Well, fellas, now this is what I call a piece. It's quite a beautiful one. I even thought of a special name for it. It's now called a spine lane, but we're gonna call it Quattro. How do I say office? Hold on. I need to use Google Translate here.
Office.
Pizza. Because quattro is in Italian, so I want to call this like in an Italian manner. I don't know why. And it will be quattro ufficio. So we're gonna call this street Quattro Ufficio because obviously we have four big office buildings with a beautiful park, which I don't know. It brings so much beauty to that center because it's in between all these buildings, and we got rid of that ugly parking, and now we have these beauties in kind of replace and account for what we've lost. Now, the same as I did here, I'm gonna start doing around here and keep on beautifying the map. Hopefully, it's not gonna extend over too many episodes, because you know what? Hopefully, or not hopefully, it is what it is. Back to another time lapse, I guess. Let's get it. Well, fellas, I believe this is it for this episode here. It's gonna be highly edited. What I've decided to do to this specific area where I stopped now to think is gonna be a half and half area, and I want to take you through the steps of how this half and half area is gonna look like once it's done. So we're gonna have a special dedicated episode through this area to see what I can come up with. Now I'm gonna go shut up my dog because it's 7 in the morning and she keeps on barking at something that's not even there. So I'm gonna go take the dog in the house. So see you in the next episode.